What is a woman? Can you tell me that? If one person could tell me what a woman is. A woman is not anything in particular.
There is not one particular thing.
It could be many things to many people.
Some women have penises, right? Some men have vaginas.
I like scented candles, and I've watched Sex and the City.
Yeah.
How do I know if I'm a woman?
Well, got him. If anyone can't answer a simple question, then they're an idiot. Anyhow, Jordan Peterson, simple question. Do you believe in God?
Okay, there's a couple of mysteries in that question. What do you mean do? What do you mean you? What do you mean believe? And what do you mean God? And you say as the questioner, well, we already know what all those things mean, except belief in God. And I think, no, if we're gonna get down to the fundamental brass tacks, we don't really know what any of those things mean.
We did it. We broke Jordan Peterson. What the was that? All right, so we all saw what happened. If it's someone on the left who doesn't just waltz into your obvious trap of a question, but ask questions first, then they're a total idiot. But if someone on the right does the exact same thing, well, then they're the leader of the intellectual and philosophical movement. This, in a nutshell, exposes that when the right wing tries to police language, they are 100% unadulteratedly full of
That's grammar, that's language. You don't get your own pronouns.
None of the what is a woman discussion is remotely serious. They don't care about pronouns. These are the same people who be like, listen, a she is only something that has a vagina. And then they'll turn around and say, look at my country. I think she's great. The only way America is like a woman is that you keep trying to it and it keeps telling you no.
You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. You know, it's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant.
Sorry, but that analogy doesn't hold water. I mean, there is a definition of she and her that can apply to someone who identifies as a she and a her. The problem is there is no definition of charming and handsome that remotely applies to Matt Walsh. And you do get your own prepositions. You definitely get your own proper nouns, like names. And I understand people don't have to call you by those, but if I don't call you by your name, I'm being an and that's all we're saying, is that if you don't call someone by their preferred pronouns, you're not like a protector of society. You're being an and we all know it's on purpose. You can wrap your feeble little mind around the idea that someone might have a penis, but identify as a she. You just choose not to for power, money, and stupidity. And don't tell me that, like, the Republicans are really there to make sure that words preserve their meaning and are used universally based on their original intent. False. How about woke? Woke originally just meant aware of an injustice, and you guys have taken every part of that meaning away.
They're destroying it with woke. When China looks at woke...
What this is a Missouri woke heat map. So all of these pinpoints that you see on the map are occurrences in which woke extremism was pushed.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of wokeness. Yep. Thomas Jefferson's Monticello estate, now accused of going woke. Sounds unbelievable, right?
I just thought that maybe Monticello would be protected from this disease of wokeism, but I was sadly wrong.
How dare they talk about slavery in the place where the slaves lived? Look at what they call it. They call it the Monticello estate. They can't even call it what it was. The Monticello plantation, because they can't handle reality. Not us. They can't handle reality. They just make stuff up. That's what they do. They make stuff up and then wear suits and go on Joe Rogan's show and think they can just tell lies. Well, I got news for you, buddy. Joe Rogan does have a fact checker, and sometimes he even checks facts.
Talking about hormone blockers.
Yeah.
Millions of kids have been on hormone blockers, really?
I'm sure someone's going to fact check me on that, but my guess is that we're into the millions now at this point. Yeah, that would be my guess.
It says over the last 5 years, there were at least 4,780 adolescents who started puberty blockers. That would be a big undercounting.
Less than 1,000 people a year.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
You are wrong.
The Media Matters will have fun with that clip.
Yeah.
Matt Walsh claims it was.
Yeah, they're going to point that out. Because you were off by millions. And the answer was in the thousands. Walsh also says that trans people essentially have a mental illness.
So you think it's a delusion? Someone is self-delusional
Yeah, I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things.
Do we feel like Matt Walsh is the best person to really be commenting on other people's mental stability? It's like, how stable can Matt Walsh be if when someone approaches him and says, "Hi, I'm a she," the first thing he says is, "Show me the nads. I gotta confirm with the nads. I need to see which nads you got before I use a word." And it's not just adult nads, it's kids nads too. Matt Walsh, totally reasonable person, sitting there going, "Listen, I spent most of my career being against women's rights, but I'm a women's rights advocate now because I will not let this third grade intramural park league swim meet start until I find out if these children have a tiny dick or a tiny vagina." Matt Walsh, reasonable person. But no, he's just looking out for grammar. Also, if I can't use the typical female words to describe you, what do I call you pussy? Actually, no. A viewer gave me a suggestion that I should not call these guys because vaginas, essentially, are very strong. So I should start calling them ball sacks. Because like ball sacks, Matt Walsh, Tucker Carlson, Ted Cruz, they're very fragile. They get all scrunched up all the time. They make everyone uncomfortable. They're designed for the express purpose of cradling things that can't handle the heat. Also, look at Matt Walsh. Like a ball sack. Without the hair, he looks super weird. Thanks for watching. See you next time.